back to Searchlight. It's August 4th. We've got 9 shows, 9 tapes across 9 cities, 5 states, and 2 countries today. Let's begin. Let's begin in San Pedro, 1971. Now, I'm sure a lot of our viewers out there are familiar with Live at Folsom Prison, Live at San Quentin, Live at Cook County, but what about Live at Terminal Island? Yes, today the band played a special show for their one-time soundman, patron, chemist, Owsley Stanley, at the Terminal Island Correctional Facility in San Pedro, California, where he was serving part of his 2-year sentence. Now, according to Brian Anderson's book, the warden was fairly relaxed that day and allowed Bear to get back behind the board. Certainly not his best work, but pretty good considering the circumstances. And we want to play for you what we believe is the most evenly mixed track from that 20-song set. It turns out Bear is just one of a dozen notable inmates to serve time at Terminal Island. You've got Al Capone, Henry Hill, Anita O'Day, our personal favorite, Timothy Leary, and even Sam Bankman-Fried, who's serving time there now. Before we cross country, let's go about 40 miles south, the Newport Pop Festival 1968, which actually took place in Costa Mesa. No known tape from this show, but you may recognize this photograph by Jim Marshall of the band that day at the Orange County Fairgrounds. Let's go east, 1976, Roosevelt Stadium, the place where Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier in 1946. We've got some remastered footage, courtesy of Chris Hazard, of course, from the show today. Love this shot here. You can see the stage is set up in center field. You've got the scoreboard there in left. But I want to fast forward a little bit further into the first set here and take a look at Jerry playing that Travis Bean guitar on a tasteful passage here during Row Jimmy. Speaking of guitars, let's go back to California. Let's go to the Oakland Auditorium, 1979, for the debut of Althea, Lost Sailor, and Jerry's Tiger guitar. The third Doug Irwin guitar Jerry had played to this point, and the second guitar he commissioned Doug to build him. Let's take a closer look. Now, I've seen Tiger listed as heavy as 13.5 pounds and as light as 9.5 pounds, but by all accounts, it's a heavy guitar, and that's mainly due to the amount of wood and the types of wood used to build it. The body mainly consists of Padauk, Coca-Cola, and maple laminated together in what Doug calls a hippie sandwich. The neck also made of maple and Padauk with an ebony fingerboard, the headstock bound in brass with Doug's Eagle Globe logo in mother of pearl inlay, the tiger image from which the guitar gets its name, also in mother of pearl inlay, bound by brass and bordered by ebony. Now, if you want to know more about the electronics, we suggest you go to waldotronics.com, where he'll give you the full rundown. But in the meantime, let's listen to Jerry simultaneously playing Althea and Tiger for the first time, August 4th, 1979, Oakland Auditorium. Okay, let's go east on 80 to the Fairgrounds, Sacramento, Cal Expo 1989. Not a show that initially jumped out to us here at Searchlight, but some exceptional playing by Garcia on Baby Blue. And it's always nice seeing a Willie Dixon tune in the slot there coming out of Truckin'. Before we leave California, let's not forget about 1973. Not a show, but we're here at the record plant in Sausalito for the first day of recording sessions for the Wake of the Flood album. We've got 2 demos from this day, the Weather Report Suite and the Bobby Peterson, Phil Lesh song, Pride of Cucamonga. Let's take a listen to Phil working his way through this song on acoustic guitar.
On the edge of an empty highway, howling at the blood of the moon. Diesel Mac come rolling down my way, can't hit that border too soon.
Pride of Cucamonga, one of only 2 songs sung by Phil Lesh on a Grateful Dead studio album. This one, of course, wouldn't come out until the summer of 1974 on From the Mars Hotel. Let's work our way back east, stopping in Missouri, 1982, the Oakland Auditorium here in St. Louis, a show that's probably not on many of our viewers' radar, but I think you'll find some interesting moments towards the latter half of the Terrapin Station and on into the subsequent jam. Certainly not the best mix, but as Dead Co. Mule reminds us, we're just fortunate to have these tapes, so keep things in perspective if you're stopping in St. Louis today. Now let's go to America's first great city, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 1974, for one of those precious 40 Wall of Sound shows. This one partially released on Dick's Picks Volume 31, and surprisingly not in the Spectrum, a venue that the Dead played over 50 times, but in the Civic Center today, and that's due to a dispute that McNally covers on page 268 of Long Strange Trip. Now, just because we're not in the Spectrum doesn't mean we're not on the spectrum of awesome shows. The Scarlet Begonias, the Jack Straw, the Jam coming out of the Weather Report, everything is absolutely phenomenal here, and we initially wanted to play this solo from Jack Straw, but we'd like to direct your attention towards Phil and Ned's portion of the show about 7 minutes in for what one primary source described as something sounding like a spaceship launching. Now, this may be challenging for some of our viewers, but let's lift off with Phil and Ned. Quite the soundscape built there by Phil and Ned. Now let's go north of the border, 1967, the Dead and the Jefferson Airplane continuing their 6-night residency there at the O'Keefe Center, now the Meridian Hall. While we're certainly partial to these jug band tunes at Searchlight, the Viola Lee Blues, the Lindy, we actually have a surviving tape from this show, which is the first known recording of New Potato Caboose, a Phil song that is a clear departure from that primitive blues jug band sound, something more experimental, something more exploratory with multiple time signatures within one song. Let's pick up about 2 minutes and 35 seconds into this New Potato Caboose.
This ground on which the seed of love is sown.
We'll finish August 4th in 1994 during a busy summer at Giant Stadium. We had the World Cup less than a month before this show and the face-to-face tour just 5 days before this one. Unfortunately, no circulating soundboard, but not the worst odd we've heard. We like this box of rain, and you've got Bruce Hornsby sitting in on an accordion for the entirety of the second set. But that's it for August 4th. 9 shows across 5 states, 2 countries in all 4 decades.